Okay, first things first, I have a cold. Second of all, the movie's good, but I'm gonna come down very harsh on it. So anyway, here's the plot summary. There once was a doctor who was a jerk, who was also the best at surgeon work. But when he crashed his vehicle, his injuries were so critical, they caused his hands to constantly twerk. So Strange went looking wide and far for any miracle medical procedure. He meets the Ancient One and is shown a world of fun, and then begs her to be his magic teacher. But while he's having his mind blown, the bad guys hatch a plan of their own to make the world immortal by opening a dimensional portal that will merge this world with the Dark Zone. They steal a bunch of ancient texts so they can learn some forbidden hex that'll grant them powers so they can blow up the towers that stop us feeling the Dark Zone's effects. But it's up to Strange to use all his new tricks to defeat Caecilius and his evil mystics. With Mordo and Wong, they'll prevent this wrong and stop those evil, weird-looking pricks. So here's my problem with Doctor Strange. It's good. It's really good. It's lots of fun. It's one of the few films I would recommend on the strength of its visual style alone because there is some seriously awesomely trippy shit going on here. Not only that, but they really use the fact that magic can literally bend time and reality to create some truly great looking and inventive action sequences. So the problem is, why did I leave this film feeling completely and totally underwhelmed? Was it the performances? No, I like the performances. The actors are all giving 100% and I can't really pinpoint any one person who phoned it in. If I had one gripe, it'd be Benedict Cumberbatch's American accent, because it sucks. I feel bad for saying that because I really like him as an actor and I think he has the perfect look for this role. But sometimes I think if Johnny Depp or Joaquin Phoenix had been cast, even if they didn't look as good in the part, at least they would have sounded better. Other than that though, I feel everyone did the best they could with the material they had. Not to say that the material is bad. It's just the story and plot was so overstuffed with cliches that it kind of prevented anyone from really standing out, since it doesn't feel like the characters get fleshed out enough to become more than just the walking archetypes that they all are. So perhaps this is why I just don't find myself getting invested in the film's plot. Is it just too overloaded with cliches for me to form any real connection? Well, yes, I think ultimately that's the problem with this film. Marvel tend to make up the lack of diversity in their plots by attempting to distract us with different genres. Thor is a fantasy film, Captain America was a war film, and then it was an espionage film, Guardians of the Galaxy is sci-fi, Ant-Man is a heist film, and so on. What is Doctor Strange supposed to be? It wants to be its own movie, but it ends up feeling like it's a sequel to one of the other Marvel movies, which is the biggest problem with Marvel right now. Every film they make now has the entirety of the MCU hanging over its head, so inevitably, they don't end up feeling fresh anymore. Just lots of sequels to the first Iron Man movie, which in the end is all Doctor Strange ends up feeling like. I'll say this though, the Iron Man 1 vibes aren't necessarily a bad thing. I think that's a testament to the overall quality of the film, actually. I'll also say that I think a big part of why most superhero films tend to fizzle out towards the end is because the writers make the mistake of deciding that the bad guys' plans will be to destroy the world, because subconsciously, we know that's not going to happen, and Doctor Strange is no exception to this problem. But a Marvel movie has that problem times 10, because they've already announced that there are going to be sequels, so it's actually something we consciously have to deal with rather than subconsciously while watching their movies. That's why Ultron doesn't really work that well as a movie, but the Avengers does. Loki's plan wasn't to destroy the Earth, it was to rule it. Therefore we could still have a sequel, whereas with Ultron, his plan is to destroy the Earth, and Avengers 3 has already been announced. How are you meant to feel any tension for the world if you know that everything is going to be okay? That was the part of my brain that I just couldn't turn off during Doctor Strange. I was really enjoying the creativity of so many of the scenes, and there are a lot of moments where it's just impossible not to have fun, but I never once felt like anyone in the film was in any actual danger. I didn't mean to come down this hard on Doctor Strange. I really didn't. I really wanted to like this movie. Maybe this year of oversaturation in superhero films, both bad and good, has broken me. Doctor Strange is still a fun time at the movies, and although the story is nothing new, nor do they try to do anything interesting with it other than add some mindfuck visuals to it, you just have to try to remember that these are cliches for a reason, because they work. And while ultimately I didn't find the movie particularly engaging, that is exactly what the movie does. It just works. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate Doctor Strange as a serviceable film in the MCU. I don't know what that means exactly, but you should still go check out the film, even if it's just the once, because you'll probably enjoy it. Thank you for watching the show. If you enjoyed, please let me know. You can like and share, subscribe if you dare, and please leave a comment below.